Hey everybody, it's Alan, back in the shop again tonight. Actually been in the shop every night and on the weekend, getting a lot of stuff done, buttoning things up. I'll show you a couple things that we did. But hey, please be sure and like and subscribe. Also, if you are so inclined, we set up, you can buy me a cup of coffee, and I'll put the description or how to do that in the description box there. And basically that just helps support the channel, keep us going. So really appreciate it if you consider that. And don't be sure to like and subscribe. Also, I have a link to some stuff in Amazon in the description also of things that we're using to do our jobs in the shop here. So let's get to it.
Let's get in the shop and build something.
Let's get to it. All right, so the other night, I got my headers back. We had EGT bungs welded in. I've got to get caps ordered because I don't have the funds to go ahead and order the RPM performance monitoring system, but I will have a link in the description of that because, man, that seems like a really good system, and it's about the most economical that I have found. So got that done. So anyway, we got the engine, it is done. Now I've decided to go ahead and put a radiator in it, and since I run IHRA and I don't know, I may run a little bit of NHRA this year, we'll see. But the rules say I can't put the radiator in the back like I wanted to. It says I have to put it in the OEM location, which that's right there. So I am going to get a hold of Abilene Race Radiators in Abilene, Texas. I'm going to call them tomorrow or the next day and see what they have to get a radiator ordered. I'll let you know what I think after I talk to them, but from their website it looks like they got some really good prices, so I'll get back to you on that. So after we got all this done, then I turned my attention to the back. You see I got a big hole right here. So when I first built this truck several years ago, I never dreamed, number one, that I was going to have a rear fuel cell, because with mechanical injection you got to have the surge tank up front, which we do, and I actually custom made that. I did not purchase it. It's that right there. And but I got tired, especially when I'm at the track by myself, I got tired of taking the hood off every time to fill it, because basically with the first tank I had up there, I could get 2 passes and then I'd have to pull the hood and fill it. This one I can probably only get 1 pass. It's a little smaller, but I went smaller this time because right here in this empty space you can see there's a couple of tabs. Let's see if I can point there. One right there and one right there, and then I got them back there as well. I mounted a fuel cell right there back here, and when I first did it I had it hanging down under the frame, and it really hung lower than I liked. So I decided to redo it, and after I reviewed the IHRA and NHRA rules, it says that tank has to be between the frame rails or within the body. And I'm like, well, knowing how some could interpret that, have the tank hanging below the frame rails would not necessarily constitute being in the body. So I decided I was going to basically raise the tank up so it'll be up on top of the frame rails, but within the confines of the bed. And then that should satisfy the rules. So in order to do that, I had to make my back third of my tonneau cover hingeable, so that I could hinge it up and fill the tank. So that's what I'm working on right now, is making that hingeable. So in order to do that, so basically the tonneau cover is about 40 thousandths thick aluminum. We did that because, I was trying to save some weight, but I wanted to be able to paint it, so I didn't want to put a cheap vinyl tonneau cover on it. And yeah, didn't want that. That way, with the aluminum one, I could cut around my roll bars, I could fit everything and get a really nice fit. And I got it as good as I think I could have. Probably one little area there I could have done a little better, but we live, we learn. Anyway, so what I'm working on now is making this hingeable. So what I did was I had this already on here. That's part of the lip that held the aluminum down. And so I went ahead and drilled this out. I've got one here, same thing on the other side. I'm going to put quarter turn Zeus fasteners on here. I just have to get the bars mounted in there right now, next. And I went ahead and got this piece of aluminum, and I've got it so that it's going to actually go up under here, and it will secure to the bed rail side and also to a hole right there on each side. That's going to secure that, and that'll stiffen this up nicely, because you can see it's got some movement there. And then I have hinges there. I tried to find one continuous hinge the right length, but of course I couldn't. So I put 3 on here. Actually, I got 4 in the package, but 3 will work. So we're going to use that to make our hinge for our lid. And I've got another piece of aluminum over here. I just got to drill all the holes for it. And that will go back here. This is what screws the wing down. I have it mounted on the back side of the tailgate there. And then that lip will stick out. And I'll put quarter turn fasteners in it as well for the Zeus fasteners. I'm going to do, I think 3 across there should be sufficient. So that's what we're working on. And as soon as I get this little project done, I'm basically done with the truck till spring. I do need to get a new set of slicks for it, because I'm still working on the original set of slicks, and I'm sure some fresh rubber would help it out a lot. So we got that to get. And then I have to save up my money and get the RPM performance data logging system. What I'll probably end up doing is buying the base unit. Then when I have more money, I'll buy the expansion unit, and then I'll start buying all the probes and sensors and everything I need. When I talk to them in total to monitor the things I want to monitor, initially I'm looking at about $2,800, maybe $2,600. And so I'll have to do that a little bit at a time, because I don't have that kind of cash laying around. So, unless somebody wants to, buy me a big cup of that coffee on that link I'm going to put in the description, then I might be able to have the money. But hey, being real, just like anybody, you got to save up to get your stuff. So that's what we're working on. I will, let's see, I'll get my GoPro set up and I'll record a little bit of what I'm doing tonight, and we'll keep trucking. Thanks. Have an awesome night. For instance.
distant future where your most ambitious idea can be real? Yeah, we know what you're thinking. Not manufacturing customized parts on demand? No way that's possible, right? Sorry, skeptics. It's possible too.
Every day, we used to track it, but now we have a choice.
All right, guys, I apparently forgot to hit record, but basically what I did was I got these holes drilled out using one of these as a template, and then got the wire. I put an 1/8 inch multi-grip rivet in, put a washer backer on it to get some extra strength, and you can see that's nice and tight. So got that done on 3 places.
Pressurizing the crankcase, and then oil gets into the combustion chamber, and it instantly kills the octane. If you add oil to gasoline, it just kicks it in the dick. So you run a vacuum pump to keep the oil out of the combustion chamber, keep everything sealed up nice and tight. And then, because we're running a vacuum pump, we can read that vacuum on the oil pan, and it will tell us if I put too much time in this thing. You'll see it on the pan back because the rings will flutter. They'll lose ring seal if you detonate a motor. It loses ring seal, and then you'll see that whatever that vacuum pump was able to pull the pass before, say it was able to pull 12 inches of vacuum or 16 inches of vacuum, or on some of the nicer stuff, 20 inches of vacuum, you'll see that number go back towards 0. It'll start losing vacuum at that point in the run. And then once it stops, it'll usually flatten off, but it doesn't always gain back to where it was.
Alright guys, so what I've been working on, I haven't filmed a lot of this just because I've been between the truck over at my dad's where he's got some flat space that I could lay this section of tonneau on to work on. So we took this off. This was originally, I just had all the pieces bolted together through the middle, which gave that strength, and then I had aluminum frame all the way around and had it all screwed down. Well, now that I'm putting the fuel cell back there, I had to come up with a way to make this hingeable. So that's what I've been working on. And as you saw, I just drilled these holes out. So now I'm ready to take it back over and set it on and hope and pray that I got my my holes in the right spot, because if I didn't, that's going to look like crap. So I'm just about ready to do that. So let me get a few more things done here, and then I'll take you with me when I go over there to put the cover on and see how far off I am. And that definitely changes things. Let's see if I can. Looks like this ain't gonna be half bad after all. I'll check those other three. Looks like I might need to file that hole, make that hole just a smidge larger. I am one short of the shorties to make this work. So I'll have to add that to my next order. Perfect. Perfect. I just need one more of the short 400 length, and we are excellent shape. Now I can go ahead and work on getting my hinges set up, finish tapping out the holes, and yeah, locating those. So that'll be good. Get that rolling, rocking and rolling. I'll be happy to get that done. So that's what we're working on next. Now we got a big hole in here we got to fill. So the next project is going to be get the fuel cell up in there, and then I can figure out what I'm going to do as far as the hoses. I'm going to route everything, and go from there. So stay tuned on that. Alright guys, as you can see in the video, I finally got the tonneau cover finished up. The only thing I have left to do is, I think, enlarge the holes down here. I just got to measure that. That won't take me but a minute to drill the holes to enlarge that. And then the tonneau's like done, out of my hair finally. And then we're moving on to the fuel cell. I was playing around with it, mounting it. I just gotta now get the lines up here, and stay tuned for a new video on that. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something a little bit. I know I actually kind of learned a little on the way of this little journey here, because I've installed quarter turn fasteners in the past, did it up on the hood. But I used tabs that were already, they had all the holes in it. All I had to do was locate them, which I did here as well. Locate them and then drill the top holes and the rivets and call it good. This time I had to kind of do it all, locate these. I didn't know what size holes to drill, so I kind of learned a little bit on that. I really didn't find much on the internet about it. The holes in the tonneau for the actual quarter turn could have been a smidge larger. I just didn't have the drill bit, correct size drill bit, and I really didn't want to purchase it for this time. I'm already spending enough trying to get this sucker rolling again. So thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll have links to things down in the comment or the description of what we're using as far as tools and stuff like that here in the shop. I don't make any money on it. I'm just an affiliate to help you guys out. And if you're so inclined, appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. And also in the description I'll have a place, a link you can click on to buy me a cup of coffee, which is just a way to help support the channel. Thanks a lot. Have an awesome day.